Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to the Busway. Today we are covering loading and unloading procedures with special attention to stops that require amber and red lights and stops that do not. All right, let's get right into it. So preparing to load my student, I'm going to activate my ambers at 200 feet, checking my mirrors, making sure there's no bikes or any obstructions, activating my turn signal at 100 feet, pulling within 18 inches of the curb, stopping no closer than 12 feet from my students, securing the bus, activating my reds, making sure my stop sign comes out, scanning my mirrors and opening my doors. Once the student is aboard, I'm watching them take their seat. Once they've seated, deactivating my reds, activating my turn signal, scanning my mirrors, making sure it's safe to get out. And proceeding back into traffic when it's safe. I'm watching for my tail swing with objects as well. Okay. So I'm approaching my students. I'm activating my ambers at 200 feet. Checking my mirrors, activating my turn signal at 100 feet. Normally I pull within 18 inches of the curb, but I'm leaving a bit more space for my students to board, and I'm stopping 12 feet from the students. Putting my bus in neutral, park brakes on, deactivating my turn signal, and activating my reds, making sure my stop sign comes out, and then opening my doors for my students. Once the students board, I close my doors, check my inside flat mirror to make sure they're seated and secure, and deactivate my reds, activate my left turn signal so I can go out into traffic. Now we're on a hill stop. So on a hill stop, you want to be certain to not roll the bus back. So in this case, I'm going to use the 2-foot method where I'm in gear and I'm going to gently let off the brake and gently press on my accelerator to make sure I have no rollback when departing from that stop. And another method is to press down hard on the service brake, let up, and make sure you hit the gas so you can get up with no rollback. So here's an outside look of the loading and unloading procedure. Those amber lights are coming on at 200 feet. My right turn signal is coming on at 100 feet. I am pulling within 18 inches of the curb, keeping in mind that I need room to board my students safely. Once I have stopped that bus 12 feet from the students, if I am in fact loading, I will secure my bus and activate my red lights. After I deactivated my turn signal, my students board the bus. I make sure they are seated and buckled in safely. I deactivate my reds, check my mirrors, paying most especially to if there are students around my bus or late students running toward my bus. Once it is completely safe and I check for traffic, I turn on my left turn signal and pull out when it's safe. Alright, so when loading and unloading at a school, you need to remember that you are not activating your ambers and your reds unless you are crossing students. So here, in this case, I'm turning on my turn signal at 100 feet, pulling within 18 inches of the curb, looking out for all obstructions, stopping my bus, securing my bus, deactivating my turn signal, and turning off my bus as to not idle at the school. And we'll go over the idling laws in one of our next videos. But open my doors, load and unload my students. Once that's done, close my doors. And I do not turn on my bus until I'm within 30 seconds of me getting ready to pull off. So that means I've already checked around my bus. There's no obstructions. There's no students. I've scanned all my mirrors and my seatbelt's on. I'm ready to go before starting that bus to make sure that we are not idling at the school. Putting on my turn signal, putting my bus in gear, and getting back on the road and checking my rear for tail swings because I did park near some poles, but we are good with the tail swings. Pulling off nice and slow and proceeding into traffic.